So this is a little look behind the scenes of this performance that I did on the One Show. And watching it brings me back to that moment. This was in early 2018, and I was very sick. You guys can probably tell from the video. I was very sick. I had a very bad flu that I picked up in France a few weeks earlier from a translator in a show that I was doing. I was horribly sick, and I had to cancel a lot of my events in the UK, but I had this opportunity to go on the One Show and to perform on the One Show, which is a live show. It's live, and perform my magic, present it in front of a few million British people. I think they get 5 million viewers or average every episode. So I went on the day of the show. I was so sick I couldn't speak. So a few of my friends behind the scenes, my friend Shane Cobalt, my friend Matthew, my friend Tony, who were helping organize some of the stuff behind the scenes, just came and they helped me. We stopped by at a pharmacy, picked up a ton of medicine, and I was just backstage for the afternoon because you have to show up early. In the morning, I think I did a radio show before that. Anyways, for the BBC. I was in the studio all day, sick, sweating, not being able to talk. For the whole week previous to that, I was in bed. I literally couldn't get out of bed. I was in bed. I was devastated. I went on to do this show, and the way that the One Show works, if you are performing or you're doing something, usually they want you to be seated with them on the couch so you can sort of talk, have an interaction, all that stuff. I opted out of that. I just couldn't do it, and they could tell I couldn't do it. Actually, no one was sure if I would be able to go on, and this is a live show, mind you, so by the time we get to this filming and I'm loaded up on medicine, and I can't speak at this point. Anytime I get 2 words out, I start having a coughing fit. I can't speak. I'm sweating. I feel horrible. It's one of the most sick moments in my life. I was just totally ill. And so before, the beginning of the show, they introduced me, and I'm literally at my table just, messing around with cards while they intro. This is a live show, live taping. So they pan the camera around to me. I'm, shuffling, dealing some cards, doing some stuff like that. I just nod. I don't think I even say anything. And then afterwards, I go backstage for about half an hour or so while they're, getting through the rest of the show. This is being broadcast live. Then I come out and I'm extremely nervous. I had literally just pumped everything I could to lubricate my throat. I couldn't speak. And I was just a disaster. I'm sitting, they have this table sort of set up. I'm sitting on that platform. I couldn't even stand. I was sitting on the platform. And I'm just, saving all the energy that I can because I know when I go on, I have to perform. I have to perform, it's going to be live. And I have a little bottle of water there, and I'm a mess, I'm wearing a black shirt, I'm wearing black pants, and thankfully I was wearing black, you can't tell, but my clothes were soaking wet. I was just sweating, feeling totally ill. And I get up, and I start going into the effect. Miraculously, it's so bizarre, you get energy, and it's like I got an adrenaline rush, and I got through that performance. You can watch it. I got through it without coughing. At the end, I was about to cough, but I got through it without coughing, and you can see at the beginning I'm not sweating so much. I'm just sort of, you can see I'm still not, people who know me know that I was feeling ill. And so the beginning of the presentation, so you have the 2 hosts, Matt Baker and Alex Jones. Then you had this other lady who was on the left side of me, who was also a well-known actress, I believe from the UK. I don't really know who she is, to be honest. And I didn't really pay attention. I was so sick I didn't really pay attention. So anyways, as I'm performing magic and I'm about to get into it, I'm like, I need to borrow something. I don't have 2 hands. And Alex says, I'll help you. And, it was like one of those funny moments because of I'm planning to do it with this lady. That's what I had pre-planned in my head. We would have realistically gone over some stuff beforehand because this is a live taping. I would have personally like to have talked to, this lady just a little bit, just for the finger interlacing, stuff like that, just to make it perfect for television. I did not have the time or the energy to do that. I was just struggling to get through. So anyways, I make this joke with Alex, oh, not you, I'm going to have to use her, and, people laugh. And as we go on watching this, I'm already not feeling well. So I go into the beginning of the routine. I'm doing my technique. So I split the piles. It's a 6-card pile. I split it into 3-card pile each, and leave one on this side, leave one on this side. As I turn this one over and I move away to say, look, I'm gonna put a red followed by a black. You can see it in the video. The lady to the left of me, she knocks over the pile, like she just pushes it. It's face up. I can't expose that at that moment just because of the way the effect works. I have a card in that pile that's face up that's not supposed to be there. So she pushes this face up. Mind you, this is live TV. In that split second, you can watch it, you can rewatch it, you can see me struggling because I'm trying to continue, and I'm doing 2 things, and it's so fast. I didn't know I covered it, to be honest, but it's so fast. I not only cover that exposure for the cameras, I also cover it for her so she doesn't see. Because if any moment she says, wait a second, you actually have a red card in that black pile, boom, I'm done. Like, I can't, I'm performing live on TV. So I cover it for her, I cover it for the TV, and you can see, I get frustrated at that moment. You can't really see it. You can see there's sort of a little bit of an edge to me, because I'm like, oh yeah, you don't do anything, just watch. And it's sort of hostile, but it's not really hostile. But, there's a level of hostility there, not in a mean way, but just like, lady, come on, don't touch those cards. So that happened, and you can watch that. It's about, I don't know, a minute, 30 seconds into the video, and you'll see it right away. When you do know, the behind the scenes thing of the routine, how devastating it is for me in that moment when that does happen. It really just throws me off balance, throws me off guard, and I'm already nervous, I'm already sick. This is just, one of those things that cannot get worse. Mind you, this is live, so I don't know if I covered. I think I covered, but I don't know. The camera's fast. The camera's faster than my arms. They say the hand is quicker than the eye. Usually the eye is quicker than the hand. But in this moment, I was quicker than the eye and the camera. So it was ridiculous, but I did cover it. And I perform the routine, I get through the routine. It's not, usually I would like to do it slower, I would like to be more clear. You can see that when I'm performing, it's rushed. There's a lack of clarity. There's a lack of clarity for me personally. There's a lack of clarity. I don't like to do stuff in that way, but I kind of was forced, like, you got to get through this, not only because of my health condition, but also because it is a live segment. I had to do stuff based on the timing. So I have multiple things going on with the timing, with different elements. So I'm just struggling to get through it and do things that way. I get through the routine. By the end of the routine, it goes well. I'm rushing through it. And then after the end, I do talk a little bit with the hosts, and by that time I'm on the edge of just breaking. My voice is on the edge of breaking. I don't think I can last much longer in terms of keeping up appearances. I was honestly about to have a coughing fit. To be honest, now that I think about it, it's totally irresponsible to go on TV in that condition. I probably infected all of them. I'm going to be quite honest. I was probably contagious, probably infected everybody in that room. Definitely not following health procedures, very irresponsible. I would not do that with what I know now about health, but that is what I did. Because I heard from all these people who were performing, the show must go on. You always have to, perform, even if you're sick, even if this happens, you have to continue. I would not do that today. But I get through the performance, And thankfully they cut, and as soon as I'm done recording, mind you, I don't think I can get out anymore, but I think they turn the camera around, and I think I sit down, hidden behind that table. I drink my water, and I'm just beat. I get out of there. I don't have dinner with anybody. There's no celebration. I go straight to the hotel. I go to bed. As soon as I get to the hotel, I go to bed. A few hours later, I wake up in a sweat, delirious. I can't see. I've lost vision. I'm coughing blood. And I go straight to St. Thomas Hospital in London. And after hours waiting in the emergency room, the doctors, test me and everything. They tell me that my lungs were infected and my eyes were infected, and they gave me very strong pharmaceuticals. Actually, I think they really saved my life, to be honest, because it was a very rough illness. You can't tell it when I'm on TV. Oh man, there's so many. I had to cancel a gig because of this, and the guy, as he was reading my email about canceling, was watching me live on TV on the show. There's all these things going on in the background, so many funny stories, so many horrific stories, but it's like one of those things, you get through it, and then now it's, there's been some time that's passed, so I can look back and laugh about it and learn from it. I think I did a pretty good job, definitely learned a lot. But I'll leave that to you guys, and just wanted to give you a little behind the scenes on my time on The One Show, the BBC The One Show. Thank you for watching.